Dallas history. Fans began lining up. Powerful backing of American Express. Second straight game. Total, it could be a high-scoring game tonight. 10 and a half.
Lots of buckets on the floor. No question about that on both teams.
Wings put together their best 40 minutes of the season in their last game. Started out quick, but they were aggressive defensively, and that is exactly what Tiffany Mitchell wants, or Kelsey Mitchell wants to do.
Yeah, she has to be able to do that.
This is going to be a good matchup with Beckers being guarded by Lexi. Oh, and she takes it strong with the left hand.
That's what Paige Beckers does better than anybody, the ability to recognize when she should take that shot and when she should take it to the rack.
And 2 for 2 from the outside, and that is Ari McDonald, the fifth-year pro out of Arizona. You know, Stephanie White, we were talking to Stephanie about it. She's a dog on defense.
Well, she does. She's small. She's tenacious. She really just gets into your airspace, and this is what happens. They get in transition and finish.
The easy two on the pass from Natasha Howard, former Dallas wing, after a couple of years hiatus. Great pass to Alyssa Smith. Charles can't finish.
Gotta finish that.
Oh, beautiful pass. McDonald counted in one.
And Ron, you asked if there was going to still be the pace effect with Caitlin on the bench.
You know, talking to Stephanie White before the games, because we got a lot of depth on this team, and we still believe in each other. Obviously, they're short-handed tonight. Only 9 players available. Dallas also only 9 players. Dejanay Carrington, again missing because of the ribs. They hope to have her back tomorrow at home against Washington. Alyssa Smith coming off her most physical game, and that is exactly what Indiana wants to do. And that's what makes Lex. I asked the Dallas coaches and Indiana coaches to give me a description of her, and they said, in wins, Indiana has averaged over 84. In losses, they've scored under 80. Dallas wants to hold them to 75.
Okay.
Here's Howard.
Right here, that's a beautiful move by Natasha. She's got great counter moves, but I can tell you right now, they are seeing that they're overplaying defensively, so they're sending people back door to take off the pressure.
From the outside, Alyssa Smith, no, fighting for the rebound. Over to Paige for 3. Smith, offensive rebound, bangs inside, can't get it. Lee Yu-Ru can't. Here comes Natasha Howard, 9-0 run for Indiana. Lexi Hull carries the 3. You gotta get out on her, ladies. She's shooting 51% from beyond the arc.
This is a run and gun team that loves to shoot the 3 in transition.
They're 2 generational players.
In transition, and if it's not in transition, it's in early offense, and they're not allowing the wings to set the pace.
One thing this Indiana defense has gotten a lot better than last year. That was the problem with this team. Points against are better. Rebounding is better. Here's Beckers. They had a switch with Flash. Natasha Howard pulls the trigger. Back of the iron. No.
It's one and done for Dallas. You got to get to the offensive boards right now. Tough.
Doesn't look, you know what, they're picking up their dribble. There's lack of movement.
Yep. They're shutting them down offensively. It's one and done. Nice.
And Indiana stays perfect. 7 for 7 from the field. They open. This is shades of that Washington game a couple of games ago for the Dallas Wings, where they were just crushed in the first quarter. Did come back with a big second. That game ended up going in overtime, only for Dallas to lose. Here's Enrique. They'd love to get her before she gets the ball. The pull-up. Again, Dallas still struggling. 1 of 7 shooting. Rebound pulled away by Lexi Hull.
Here's where you have to match up in transition. You got to find them. They can do so many things off the bounce.
Beckers finally comes up with a loose rock, and she is going to be hit hard.
I don't know if I've seen the Fever play defense this aggressive. Can't do anything.
Now Sophie Cunningham has checked into the lineup for Indiana. Checking in for Dallas, Maisha Hines-Allen, Isaiah James, and J.J. Quinterly. So a couple of rookies coming in for Dallas. Beckers, no. Lee Yu-Ru battles for the rebound. Wings will have it.
challenge. You got to settle into how the officials are allowing the game to be played, and to combat that physicality, you got to just be rugged.
Well, not only that, you have to set.
Ball. Inbounds play, and it's Paige Beckers. Indiana made all 7 of their field goals so far. Lee Yu-Ru on top, showed her passing ability in the last game versus Atlanta. Isaiah James, no. Howard the rebound.
Oh, you got to make those. What a great pass and cut.
Cunningham left wide open. No, Maisha Hines-Allen.
Lots of
first year with that.
Opportunities in transition for the Wings, because that half-court offense is too tough. You got to get it when you got some numbers in transition.
That was Indiana's first mix. Back out to Quinterly. Shot clock at 7. Lee Yu-Ru coming over from Seattle. Gets tied up. No foul was called, and here comes Natasha Howard.
You know, one of the things right now with the Wings is every shot they take is a contested shot. They're not getting any easy baskets except for the missed layup on the give and go.
That's going to be a travel. And, you know, as the 3 of us were talking to Stephanie White, she was talking about the character of the locker room. Yes, it has been an up and down year, but Stephanie has been through an awful lot in her life. She says it's made her a little more level-headed.
She's been one of the top coaches in the league forever. As a player, as someone who understands play. So I stayed around, and she came over. She apologized to me, and she goes, look, I was doing touch and goes. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, I'm in aeronautics. And she was flying airplanes.
Oh, geez.
Most people don't even know could fly airplanes. And it was amazing. She's so talented at so many things. You
Fly jets. I don't fly jets. No, I don't.
But you fly commercial a lot.
I do. No, it's a reference from Top Gun. You fly jets. Yeah, once you fly some aircraft.
It was only 4 of 13. Ellie had 12 points in the game, but she should be on the All-Star team this year. Inside, after 11 straight misses, Dallas finally gets back on the board, but the lead is still 14 for Indiana.
You got to get it how you get it. You got to hit the offensive boards. Dallas not getting anything easy in a one-on-one game. Get it how you get it.
That was miscommunication. And one thing Aaliyah Boston does so well is with assists. She's averaging over.
Spoken like a true point guard.
Hey, you know what? But I always blame the players for not catching my passes.
Exactly.
And Fran just called me out on national TV.
Here's Beckers from 17. Can't get it to go. Paige 1 of 6 shooting to open the game. The Wings are only 2 of 14. Howard lobs it inside Boston, and Maisha Hines-Allen got lost. Allowed for the easy 2.
And you talk about great passes. Watch this right here.
Stable. You have to keep your feet moving at all times so that you can deny, pin, get around so that she doesn't nail you to the basket when she gets asked for that lob.
And Sydney Colson is checking into the lineup for Indiana out of Texas A&M in her 11th season.
Look at
this.
this
A stabilizing force. Here is Arike.
Somebody needs to be catching that defense. That is great defense by Kelsey Mitchell.
Way off the mark. JJ to Arike. Arike trying to force it inside to Smith. Here comes Mitchell up ahead. Howard to the hole.
Yeah, this is like the Indianapolis Speedway right here, right?
Absolute great spacing.
It's beautiful, the pace of the game. And when you pass the ball, right? A dribble moves 1, a pass moves 5.
Inside, counted and 1.
You're going to sprint and separate yourself, and that's part of their game plan.
And my voice of reason in the locker room. Here's Colson, the wily veteran. Really a spark plug off the bench. JJ Quinterly, she gets away. Howard and the floater.
The patience of Sydney Colson on that possession. Got to pick and roll the next time.
Hines-Allen has it blocked by Timpson. And here are the latest results.
Kind of quiet, I'm great type of MVP play.
Yeah. Not a lot of fuss about it.
And a 3 by Mitchell.
Okay, this thing's got to see that defense and the multiple efforts.
Want to continue the...
to hit that send button.
They're talking in the groups about whether their players should get it or your players should get it. All of it's good. All of it's keeping the eyeballs up.
Mitchell working on the rookie James and takes her to school.
That was round right there for sure.
Crafty, the lead is 22. Hines Allen.
Nice.
She's getting some offense going. Hines Allen with 6. The starters for Dallas only 3. That's going to be off. I think they shattered it.
Well, they did shatter it, but you know, a lot of people came out for the star power. A lot of celebrities here.
And it's going to be a great
in this first quarter. I mean, I've never seen the Fever play defense like this in the first, 15, 16 games of the season. And I don't.
Fever defense is going to look like for this basketball team, whether they have Caitlin or they don't have Caitlin on the floor.
And specifically, it was very intentional. They didn't want a reach.
Look at, they're all up in the movement, the hands, the activity.
Nice.
James with the left hand. She rolls it over for her second field goal. And that's if people are just jamming Arike and Paige Beckers.
You know, you can run a pin down for her and see what happens if they lock and trail. She can turn the corner. If they shoot the gap, she can fade, but it's an easy read right now.
Howard misses, final shot, will it count? No, it won't. What a first quarter, though, for the Indiana Fever. They shoot 81%.
10 fast break points by the Fever, 0 for the Wings. I would like to see what the adjustments are going to be against this defense.
Sometimes the best offense is away from the basketball. The Fever's double teaming, triple teaming Arike. So sometimes you got to have an action away from someone coming to the basket. Nice shot.
Well, you can drive, draw, kick. That time is able to make that shot. I still think that if you want to get Arike some shots, you can make her the screener because the screener is almost always open. And just give them.
What were they talking about?
Coach Stephanie was just talking about, hey, be ready for the re-screens. You guys make sure that we're ready. We're building quarters, making sure that we do not get lax because basketball, working on that offside, making sure we reverse the ball and making sure we set good screens.
Well, I love what McDonald says. She says, we came out playing desperate basketball. And that's exactly how the Fever came out. They came out like they had something to prove defensively.
Fourth year out of Stanford. They call her 3-and-D player.
That's a play called touch right here where you pass it. There's very little dribbling, and it moves the defense not only on the strong side, but also on the weak side.
Cunningham tried to go backdoor, but Arike was there. Aisha Hines Allen battling the rookie, and a foul's going to be called.
Tough to do anything with an offensive player that you allow to come into the
round pick. 2025 with the 19th overall. They like her, the potential she has. She has a 6'10" wingspan. Lee Uru back into the lineup. Aisha Hines Allen's going to go out.
It was battles.
100 degrees, and it was a battle.
Yes.
And you're talking about an All-American and a champion. And Fran Harris, those of you who don't know, Fran Harris is one of the best players who's played this game for women's basketball. A great pioneer, and she's almost as old as I am. I love that statistical number.
Page tried to get around, but Timpson will commit the foul. They get contributions from a lot of people. They really don't know where it's going to come from at times.
I like that.
Smith inside. She's got her first two.
The face-up game. Make the post players play some defense. Take her to the hole.
Last 5 games, Delissa Smith has shot the ball better. Here is McDonald, got the start tonight at point guard in place of Caitlin Clark.
That's so smart. She held her off on the post, literally boxed Arike out so that she could not get around her, and then made her foul her.
Well, the help in front of you. I believe you have to stay connected to the screener.
Yep.
You try to get the ball picked up.
Fight through that. You don't just let her put her butt into you and then you just stand behind her. You've got to fight to get around that.
Correct.
Big screen by Lee Uru. That's what they brought her in for. James, the 3, the knuckleball, no.
Good hustle.
Smith, and they throw it away. Nope, left.
It's help the helper, and it's beautiful defense.
Smith working on Boston. Has to kick it out. Enrique for three. Boston pulls away the board.
Yeah.
That is her first rebound of the ball game. Had that big game against Seattle with 31 points and 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Lee Yu-Rue. WNBA.com or visit the WNBA.
You know, after practice today, I had a chance to talk to Enrique, and I asked her, what is this, which is great perspective of such a young player, only 7 years in.
In your first couple of years at the College Park Center, we called them curtain games because they put up curtains to hide the empty seats. No curtains here tonight.
Pass.
Lee Yu-Rue can't finish.
As a big, you gotta lean in. You can't be falling away.
McDonald has been outstanding.
What a
Her
pickup.
style fits for it.
What a pickup.
Only her second game in this stint with the Fever. Count the basket and a foul.
How did Old Dominion, she's the pride of Princess Anne High School in Norfolk, Virginia. This is very personal to me. He stayed. I'm still bothered.
You're still bothered by it. I
Had a
can
little
tell.
tip there, huh? Here's
Unbelievable.
Boston. Lee Yu-Rue puts up a hand to no avail in Boston. She's in double figures with 11.
Let's talk about how much Aaliyah Boston has improved. Just last year. Face-up game, midi, taking the ball to the hole, not squirting the ball up there. She's truly improved.
Paige hangs in the air, gets the basket, draws the foul.
Look at this great play by Paige Beckers. This is what Fran Harris used to do.
She said, I just want to be a good teammate and I want to win basketball games.
But that changed, Ron, because she told us the other day she wants to be the greatest player. That's an expectation, Paige.
Okay, so that's a GOAT statement, right?
Definitely.
I love it. I love that today's players want more and are willing to give more.
Boston banging with Lee Yu-Rue
Good defense.
at a very young age to people. Here's Lee out front. Enrique trying to get rid of Cunningham. Cunningham just hanging on her. Lee inside, left hand. Offensive rebound and gets the finish.
Stick with it, big girl.
That's a great play by Yu-Rue.
How about the footwork?
That's one of the things they wanted her to work on because she really isn't good in congestion. Last game she was. Nice backdoor cut inside. Howard throws the layup. Nice job, Beckers, tipping it over to Charles.
Nancy's not passing the ball to Charles again. Not passing the ball to Natasha anymore for blowing that layup.
Charles, no. Howard, the rebound.
Right at Tosh.
You're going over there and telling her you're not getting the next one.
Howard, 6 points, 7 boards.
We got stout players in our day. Actually.
Exactly. That's how I know what I'm talking about. You're not getting the next pass.
Incredible. It was a dream come true. It's a moment you dream about your whole life. So, it's such a surreal feeling for me, but I'm just, I'm really excited.
I love that. So, as you're coming to a WNBA game, I know you've watched the WNBA. Whose game do you admire most in the WNBA?
There's a lot.
15 of 18, and one of the keys for Dallas, hold Indiana under 75. No 20-point quarters. They already have one 20-point quarter by Indiana. That'll be a defensive 3 seconds.
Well, defensive 3 seconds, but they're icing it. They're bluing it, blacking it. Everybody has their own name for it. And they're keeping the ball on one side of the floor, so you can't. Very fortunate to get the foul shot.
Called that on Natasha Howard and Enrique at the line. Big. Dallas a better second quarter, but really not able to cut into a lead that much. Beckers pull up. She's the queen of mid-range shots. Didn't get that to fall. Mitchell quickly up. James picks her up. Rifle in the pass. Mitchell was looking for Lexi Hull.
That was actually a nice pass. I mean, C.D. Lamb would have had it, okay?
He's in the crowd tonight.
He's here at
half, only 6 points. They wanted to get her going early. That was one of the keys. Get the ball in her hand. James, no. Rebound, Howard.
Well, they run that horn set, and when you go off the shoulder, then Ryu goes over and sets a screen, but these are all contested shots, and those are all uncontested shots.
Boston now with 13 and a couple of rebounds. Howard, heck of a game so far. From the outside, Lee Yu-Rue buries the three. That is her fourth this season.
Out like that, the next time down, she might have the opportunity to go down low, to take her to the hole. If she gets some respect on that three-point shot.
Mitchell tries to answer, and she does.
She's amazing. She's been in this league. I don't think that the respect she deserves on her name or her game. She is a wonderful player and a great teammate and a star.
Beckers to the hole. Count the basket, and the foul's going to be called.
There you go. Open up the floor. When in doubt, inches, and you threw it from the grass, and you get free sneakers from Nike. I don't get free sneakers from Nike.
Priority. 26% in the first. For Indiana, everybody who has played has scored. And it's just even. You look at Indiana statistics, the numbers are impressive. 5 on the shot clock. Howard. Two-time all-defense.
You know, every time France here, they show their championship rings to each other. I don't have one.
Beckers to Arike. Arike with 7. Nice job defensively on Ogumawale tonight. Beckers pull up over Lexi Hull.
Nice board. Nice.
Charles just battles on the inside. Mitchell had it, lost it, got it back again. So she will go out. And here is Kelsey Mitchell.
I'm with you on that. I mean, put some respect on Mitchell's name. One of the most dynamic men since she got here.
Absolutely. And you know what? Now she has teammates who can help her.
Arike switched hands, dropped her first field goal after 3 misses.
You know, anytime you're being defended, over-denied, if somebody has their hand out your shoulder, it's an automatic backdoor cut.
Coming off a 20-point effort in their last game last night versus Los Angeles. Tough loss, though, for them. They lost.
Sometimes you're going to have some back-to-back games. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get in the gym and practice. You got it. Good night.
And again, the veteran schools the rookie. Mitchell.
Follow through. She should do a clinic for young kids.
The lead was 23. Maisha Hines-Allen can't get it. Rebound, Boston pulls it away. Wings steal it back. Over to Arike, wide open. 3, nothing but the bottom of the net.
There you go, Arike. The leading scorer in the history of the
Arike comes in averaging just over 17 a game. That'll be a travel. That'll only be the 7th turnover for Indiana. Dallas has turned it over 4 times. And Dallas. Arike, nice job defensively by McDonald.
See, the on-ball pick is rendered useless over here with this tough defense. You've got to do something away from the ball. Get Arike picking.
Liu with 2, with 1, lets it fly. Got it!
That'll send you to the locker room.
Page bucket.
How beautiful was that shot? You could just feel the momentum stepping in on it. In the second quarter and extended the finish. They went on a 23-13 run, 25-13 run, and Beckers has picked up the pace offensively.
Terrific pass by Melissa Williams, too. Exactly what you talked about in the first half, though, Nancy. They were overplaying, went back door, easy bucket.
Here's Mitchell. Charles stayed right with her. Howard working on Melissa Smith. Uses the right hand. No, whistling a foul, and Melissa cannot believe it. Lexi Hull. They bring her double stuffed Oreo cookies, and I forgot to bring them tonight, but she forgave me for that. You know, she's having a career year.
Folks wondered what her role would be once Caitlin came on the scene, and she actually just elevated, so got better.
Yeah, well, the last 13 Wings points have been scored by either Paige Beckers or Arike.
More movement this half as it was the end of the second.
Liu recognized. Beckers trying to make some room on McDonald. Beckers draws the contact and the foul.
Yeah.
Number 6 in the league in assists per game and steal per game. Had a great 12-game start. Did her in the first 12, and that was Skylar Diggins and Candace Parker. Here's McDonald. Mitchell, that great curl she does. Inside, what a pass.
Yeah, Aliyah Boston is unbelievable. You know, first, she's two-time Defensive Player of the Year when she was at USC, at South Carolina with Dawn Staley, the great Dawn Staley. She's a rebounding machine, but the same offensively.
Arike a little strong on the three. Charles tracks down the loose ball. To Beckers. Page, pull up, tough 15-footer, got the foul.
She hesitated to shoot that shot. Shoot that shot, it's yours.
When the pressure is on them, they're just cutting back door for open shots.
And that is exactly what was on the scout for Kelsey Mitchell. She'll start in the right corner. She wants to go to her left.
She can create her own shot.
Page, Beckers, the last 9 Dallas points. Beckers tries to go back door. Lexi Hall kept an eye on her. Charles inside, off balance. Contact and the foul. Let's check in with Tiffany Bias-Patman.
The scorers know how to score. They know where their spots are on the floor and how to get to them.
Paige is that she doesn't press to score. She knows how to score. She knows she's going to get hers. She's not hunting the shot.
And right, she just has a calm about her in how she plays. You can't speed her up.
Here's Mitchell. Charles gets a big pick from Boston. Opens up the shot. Arike pulls it away. He's got Charles on the left. Beckers on the right. Arike, count
it. Teach the lesson.
Okay, you finish at the rim, and now you make the Fever pay defensively.
One thing Arike wasn't doing in the beginning of the year was getting to the free throw line. The last 5 or 6 games, she's been able to do that. Lieberman, WNBA and WNBA champion, NCAA champion Fran Harris. I'm Ron Newland. The lead is 8. Inside 10 for the first time since 2:43 into the game. It has been Indiana from the get-go. Beckers, look at Lee Yu-Woo run the court. Smith inside, no. And the Wings will have it with a fresh 14 on the shot clock.
And believe that her halftime shot, coming off the run that they had in the second quarter, led them
off the jump from coming out of the locker room and started to dominate.
Kelsey Mitchell almost put her finger on that. Beautiful play inside to Nalissa Smith.
We've seen that a number of times at Baylor. Nalissa Smith, the ability to elevate over the defense to knock down some tough shots.
Tiffany, you were in the Dallas huddle during the timeout. Give us an update.
The coach is talking about no more cheap fouls. They know Ari and Hull and Lexi Hull are in foul trouble and they're foul prone. They said keep going at them and keep attacking. Do not let up.
McDonald and Hull both with 3 personal fouls. Charles comes up with a loose ball. She has been hustle, and hustle. They had to release her, but when she doesn't back down anybody. Hull inside. Nice move off the glass. Can't get it. Rebound Nalissa Smith. Her 5th board so far tonight.
My friend, hasn't the defense just tightened up? They're going over screens hard. They're staying connected, and they're rebounding so much better.
They're communicating better. You know, defenses starts with an hit.
DePay. Arike being hounded by McDonald.
Great defense.
Charles inside. Smith out the basket. Nalissa Smith will go to the line.
This is the Nalissa Smith that I saw in training camp.
Yeah.
Clearly the best player in.
23-point lead, down to 4. Nalissa Smith had a huge battle in that Atlanta game. She was very physical, impressed the coaches the minute she gave. Smith, 7 points, 5 boards, the lowest since the opening minutes of this game.
You know, when you win a couple games like they have, you know, the overtime loss, they could have won that at Washington. They had a lead on the Aces. They should have won that game. And now.
That is a big 3. You got to get out on Cunningham. 71% of her shots are 3.
She does.
Yeah. Becker, 15-footer in and out. Cunningham had it, lost it. Beckers with 18, 5 20-point games this season, 4 of the last 5. Boston way up front. They wanted to get her touches early tonight. McDonald. Enrique puts up a hand. No. Rebound. Quick outlet to Charles. Becker sprinting down the left side. Charles off the glass. No.
Really didn't have any numbers. And it was a 1-on-3. That's a pull-out right there and run an offensive play.
Well, that's one of the things that Chris Koklanis has talked about, shot selection. He said you got to sometimes give up the good shot.
Adjustments defensively, pushing up on the screen, not being too much in a drop, and really helping the ball.
Oh, what a ball fake in the basket by Beckers. She's got 20.
That's a playground move right there. Get bucket.
I guess I could say that was a backdoor dash.
Oh, my goodness.
Inside out the basket by Mitchell.
Wait,
She's
Kelsey
got 23.
She continues. You hit a big shot, and she comes back.
Overall pick back in 2018 by Indiana.
Had the opportunity to go somewhere else last season and opted to stay with the Fever. Felt like it had been good fandom and it's working out. Great player in the red.
I just remember how hard she worked out prior to the 2024 season. And Enrique in double figures with 11.
I like it. I love the separation, power push to create space.
Enrique started 0 for 3. She's 4 of her last 5. Boston, though, right down the left side.
Clinic. That's a post player clinic facing up. Yep.
But you know, it was Kelsey Mitchell who set that up, you know, with the drive and the push.
Yes.
Stephanie White telling her troops to hurry up. Smith lost it, almost picked it back up, or Mike Hines-Allen, I should say.
See, I like this play right here. Starts in a horn set. They both go away. One goes through, one goes to pin down.
Ooh. And then Mitchell can't get it. Boston offensive rebound and putback. He's got 19.
Yeah, breaks your heart, okay, but unbelievable touch and efficiency for Aaliyah Boston.
Good hustle.
Indiana, number 1 in the league in second chance points. Boston, number 1 in field goal percentage. And Enrique. He's got 13. And a delay of game is going to be called against Dallas. Nice backdoor cut. What a pass. We talked in the first and second quarter about Boston's passing ability.
You know, one of the things about throwing a backdoor pass is if you're the ball handler, you have to go at the defender, not at the ball handler, to make them make a reaction.
And now a word from State Farm. 7. Dallas's last 12 made field goals. 5 by Enrique and Page, 2 by Smith. Outside, no. Rebound, Zaza James. Important 130 for Dallas. Got to cut this lead even more. Nice job, Mitchell, defensively.
Well, the defense is doing a good job because at one point, and that is...
So with 70 seconds left in the third, the Wings lead it by 7. Mitchell now being guarded by Quinterly. Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year a couple of times. 5 on the shot clock. That's going to be an offensive foul on Sophie Cunningham. Paige Beckers, Enrique Ogumawale had only 7 of Dallas' first 32 points, but they've had 28 of the last 35, and that's 14 each in that span. 9 on the shot clock for the rookie Quinterly out of West Virginia. That's going to be Alyssa Smith was getting into it with the other rookie, Simpson.
Yeah, but I think that's a great play.
It's the basketball.
Well, she's kind of an undersized 5 league. Last 5 games, all that extra shooting has paid off. Shooting 48%, but she doesn't get the free throws. Lead stays at 7. It was 23 for Indiana. Colson. Five to shoot. Smith being physical. The pull up, no. Rebound taken away by Smith.
Ignition.
Final 8 seconds. They got to organize. Quinterly with 4. The opening. Charles James, the little left-handed one-hander.
Nice execution.
So the Wings end the first half with a Paige Beckers 3. They end the third quarter with Isaiah James 2-pointer. And we got a game the final 10 minutes, along with Fran Harris, Nancy Lieberman, Tiffany Baez, Patman, I'm Ron Thulin. Good to have you with us in front of 20,000 fans. Largest crowd for women's basketball in the state of Texas. And the rejection. How about Paige Beckers? And it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Beautiful.
She's just
Jake Quinterly in there running the show. She has shown improvement. They want their point guards to organize a little more. Smith, tough shot, no. Rebound pulled away. Nice job, Quinterly. She's like that little gnat at a party. And Natasha Howard. She's got the double-double tonight.
she's so crafty. She's can score with either hand.
Quinterly off balance, and again, that comes down to shot selection. The rookie went in against 3 Fever players. Simpkins inside, tries to reverse it. Whistle and a foul is going to be called.
WNBA has done a fantastic job there. All the talent in the W right now is incredible. Even watch
Sleepers in this league that people need to wake up on.
well, I mean, really, these last 2 rookie classes have been amazing. I mean, they bridged the gap between college fans and WNBA fans, and I just love all of the energy that has been generated with these last 2 rookie classes.
Exactly. Talk about Paige and Caitlin, what they bring to the W. What have you seen?
We had Zaza James with a big 3, and then McDonald, she commits her 4th personal foul. But the question we have is, where is Arika?
Nice.
And the ball's rejected. Smith came up with it. Zaza again, this time can't get it. McDonald takes away the loose ball.
Okay. You know, just the positivity of somebody who has been so great in our league, and Cynthia Cooper, and all she cares about is the success of all these young players.
That is a nice move by Boston, working on Liu Ru.
With her, because she hit a couple game-winning shots when I was coaching in the.
Beckers pull up.
She heard you.
Rolls it around. She's got 22.
Ron, you got to stop telling people what to do, okay? Is in the first half for me, from my eyes, is the Fever had 10 fast break points, and they only have 2 since the first half. So, Coach changed everything coming out of the locker room for the Wings.
And again, Becker's got a piece of it. Wings with a chance to cut it even closer.
Indiana right now, the little things, the deflections that are creating opportunities offensively for her team.
Indiana's lost double digits, second half lead, 3 in the last.
Come on, Paige!
Outed! Beckers buries the 3.
Bang, bang.
Paige.
LA, he stopped in Dallas to see her play, and that's what these young
1 of 6 since then. She's 8 of 11. Lexi Hull, good shot, can't get it. Boston uses that arm to keep Liu Ru away. No! Dallas with a chance to tie or take their first lead of the ball game. They have never led. And again, where is Arike? On the bench with a warm-up jacket on. JJ, tough pull-up. Out the basket! Came in an instant. Howard. Back to Mitchell. Wide open 3. Count it! Oh, that was clutch.
She's a heartbreaker, man. Where you hit a shot. She is the one hitting the shot to stop a run with the Wings.
29 for Mitchell. Liu Ru. Oh, little stupid score.
That's a heck of a move. Okie dokie.
And the foul.
Since the first quarter, they have not played as hard defensively.
Agree.
Agreed. Arike has checked into the ball game. And a whistle going to be called. Mitchell gets away from everybody. No. Tipped around, Boston, no.
And so not doing crazy things, getting out of position, not helping. Got to make sure you stick to those.
McDonald with Enrique. They're going at each other, and she gets the best of Enrique. McDonald now with 11 points in the ballgame. Does. Just re-signing her.
Yeah, there you go. It's a shame that she missed that pass. Two people went,
Yes.
right?
Remember, she was a member of the all-rookie team in 2020. Out the basket again, Kelsey Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell, don't do him like that.
But she's got moves, she's got counter pulling for you. You know, even if she's not playing, she's effective.
7 20-point game for Mitchell. Then the Wings turn it over. They've been pretty good protecting the ball tonight. That's only their 8th turnover. Closing it on Mitchell. Gives it up, Natasha Howard. Beautiful shot. Howard with a double-double of 12 and 11. Anna's bench, what did you hear?
Yeah, Coach Stephanie White, she was talking about, hey, wall up, no easy pass, and then get downhill. Don't be afraid to continue to attack the rim.
Kelsey Mitchell has done everything possible here in the 4th quarter. McDonald rifles it. Natasha Howard out the basket, and she is fouled. What a play by Flash. After playing in Dallas, and she brings playoff experience. 53 playoff games for Howard. And since it was tied at 82, it's an
Indiana's defense, their help defense is so good. I mean, and the principal there, shout out to Candace Parker for a tremendous career. League did first year MVP.
Rookie of the year.
I
MVP,
mean,
right?
Yeah, shout out.
But the cool thing about her is that she won championships
She went to
with
the Aces.
Here is McDonald, time running out to the Wings, now down by 7. That could have been a carry. Mitchell with 2. Mitchell with 1. Doesn't get it. Howard fights for it, and it should be
JJ, and she is. I mean, you can't, she's waiting for the screen, and the screen is a little late for her.
Yep.
Enrique has not scored in the 4th quarter for Dallas.
Got to have a quick hitter, and this is not qualifying as a quick hitter at all.
Enrique has to launch up the shot. The rainbow, no. Lee Yu-Ru battles Cunningham.
You know, I would say those screens, but they have not done that.
Oh, my. What a play by Ari McDonald. Outstanding night tonight. 11 points, 6 assists for McDonald, and a foul's going to be called on the other end.
She was at Arizona.
That's one of the reasons they started her tonight. They said they wanted her in because she can. Chris Koklanis talks about his guards too.
Yeah, battle tested.
And also they didn't want to take Kelsey Mitchell and make her the point guard because that takes away what she does. And she's had a big night with 31 tonight, obviously.
If you have a point guard that understands time.
Do not let her touch the ball. Run her off all screens. So before Caitlin, there was Kelsey Mitchell. So I remember guarding her and how hard of an assignment that was.
McDonald to the hole, no. Lee Yu-Ru with 35 seconds. Gotta hurry. Boy, look at the job McDonald's doing on Paige Beckers.
Now you're seeing that physicality again that they had the Fever in the 1st quarter.
And Enrique's going to have.
You're going to say the Wings lost. The Wings played really hard. They're a team that are decimated right now with injury. Dejanay Carrington is on the bench. You learn from these moments.
Yep.
And WNBA.
Playing 40 minutes.
Well, Beckers and Enrique combined only 7 points in the 4th quarter after 15 and 17 in the 2nd and 3rd. And that's going to do it. Indiana played a perfect first 10 minutes, opened up a 23-point lead. Dallas was able to tie it up at 82. But Indiana clutch basket by Kelsey Mitchell, Ari McDonald. In front of 20,000 fans here at American Airlines, Indiana beats the Dallas history. Fans began lining up. Powerful backing of American Express, second straight game. Total, it could be a